Okay, how to be game ready is not how literally just how you prepare yourself to dress to be on the field for a certain sport, or in example for football on this one. Deshaun Jackson is one of the most stylish players in the NFL just because of how he dressed, the design of his cleats, and the way that he carries himself on the field, not only as a player but as I would say a fashion icon on just on the football field, though, not in real life. You start with accessories. Accessories can be tights, arm sleeves, or gloves. But in this instance, I went with the red Nike Pro tights with most people don't know, well, Denzel Ward with the long brown tights because he plays for the Cleveland Browns, and Odell Beckham with the villain, the Joker, orange gloves going straight across. Most athletes, when they play on turf or hard grass, they tend to wear long sleeve, loose undershirts to keep their skin protected from getting burns, turf burn, and just because it looks stylish on the field altogether. But some other athletes, as Deshaun Watson, he used to play for Clemson. He wears the same thing but just no sleeves. So basically, he wears a sleeveless, long sleeve shirt, which helps them burn weight and look stylish on the field at the same time. Taping your cleats, taping your cleats is not only for style, but it also helps you to keep your ankles protected at all times. Well, on the first picture, his cleats aren't necessarily taped. It's taped under his sock or over his sock, just because he wouldn't probably prefer it to be on top of his cleats. But on the second image, the tape is necessarily over the cleat, just to keep his ankle protected at all times. And the third image is just an example of how his ankles would be taped under the cleat, but not necessarily over. Turf tape, towels, and visors. Towels are, well, it's different type of towels, but this towel, in instant, is to keep your gloves and your hands clean, because if your gloves are slippery or dirty, you can drop the ball anytime. Visors are to keep your sun at your eyes during the day, because in the NFL or in college, you tend to play at noon when the sun is at the highest peak. And if you play receiver, running back, or whatever, or defensive back, you tend to look up at the sky and the sun will get in your eye, and you would tend to lose the ball. And the turf tape is so like on instead of the other slide, if you playing outside in the heat or inside in a dome, the if the turf is hot enough in the middle of the day, will burn off like parts of your skin. That's why in this image right here, he has the no, he has the white tape on the back of his arm, just in case he would get tackled like this and fall or burn his arm. Socks and cleats. It's certain type of cleats and socks certain football players wear. Well, certain football players, some wear soccer cleats just because they're long and they come in different styles. But in the first image is the Under Armour cleats, but they're in Florida, so it's like if your jersey color would have yellow, red, or orange, and you would wear those and prefer wearing these, which are basically, well, they're not the same, but different brand, and they're low top. These are mid to high top cleats, where it protects your ankles just in case if you don't want to if you don't want to get your ankles taped or anything like that. And if you wear some short cleats or low top cleats, you would wear the higher socks because you wouldn't want to. You can't put turf tape on your leg, so you would wear higher socks. And headbands, sweatbands, and eye black. Headbands are to keep the sweat out of your eyes during noon games, which is in the middle of the day. Sweatbands are just a popular style for certain players, just to wear to go with your uniform or with your style, or just with the team colors. And the eye black also keeps the sun out of your eyes, and it's a very stylish way to show off your designs and your creativity for the game. And that's it.